Hey guys, what's up? What's up? Welcome back to another vlog. It's your girl Life of Candy. I'm here, guys, and always remember to put God first in whatsoever you're doing. Give Him the driving seat and let Him lead and direct you. It's Good Friday, yeah, and yeah, I have this topic. The last time I did my vlog, I talk about the isolation season and the wilderness season. So tonight I will be talking about the different seasons that you go through in life. What season are you in? That is basically the topic for tonight's vlog. So first of all, I'm going to name the three different seasons. The first one is the Egypt season, the second one is the wilderness season, and the third one is the 10th season. So example of the Egypt season. So the Egypt season is when you have not found your true identity. I'm going to repeat. The Egypt season is when you have not found your true identity. You're just out in the world. The Egypt season is basically, you're not finding your true identity. You're just out in the world, partying, drinking, smoking, having multiple partners. Your loss of identity. That is basically the Egypt season. You're doing carnal things such as I say, partying, drinking, lusting, having different partner. You're just lost and all over the place. You understand me? You're not really have yourself this self-discovery. You don't really know who you are. You're just wrapped up and mixed up in sin. That is basically the Egypt season. And then I'm going to move on to the wilderness season. The wilderness season is a season that you have been attacked, constantly being attacked. I am in my wilderness season now, guys. Yeah. So your wilderness season is a season that you're being attacked. You are stripped from worldly stuff. And how I know, guys, that I am in my wilderness season. In my wilderness season, I begin to lose a lot of people, friends and family. I stop party, I stop drink, I stop the things of the world. That is what basically wilderness season is. The wilderness season is to strip you down, strip you completely of all your worldly desires, like having sex without marriage, out in the world just doing stuff of the world, drinking, partying. Yeah. So your wilderness season is basically a season that you are being under constantly attack. And the reason why you're under attack in your wilderness season is because you decide to give up darkness and move to light. Because remember, the enemy is of darkness. So the minute him say, you turn away from darkness, you turn away from sin, you're no longer in sin, activities of sin. There and then he might go keep on constantly attacking you, because there and then you turn your back on him. You cross over to God. You're no longer in darkness. And so that is why you're under constant attack. I'm in my wilderness season. I go through warfare and attack daily. The reason why? Because I cross over. I'm no longer in sin. And so in the wilderness season, your wilderness season will strip you from worldly stuff. You lose a lot of people. Your circle becomes very small, or you don't have no circle at all. Meaning, I'm going to break it down. When your circle becomes very small, it's like God strip you from all of your friends. God isolate you. I did a video about isolation. God isolate you and put you in a corner to yourself, for basically strip you of your worldly pleasure, your worldly deeds, as I named them before, drinking, partying and stuff like that. In the wilderness season, it's just you and God, because guess what? God have to separate you from out in the world. God can't work for you inside the world, mixing with people who not really add value to your life and stuff like that. So in order for him work, he have to separate you from them. So in this season, your circle becomes very small. It's just you and God, isolated. Your phone and your contact list become empty. Sometimes you can probably have a 1 or 3 number, 3 or 4 person number, 4 contact where you keep on in contact with. But basically, most of the time, your contact become very empty because the same set of people them we used to talk to, we used to rap with, in the wilderness season, the transformation season, you never can carry them in that season, that crossover season with you. So there and then, you gotta see, say, your contact, your phone contact are gonna be very empty. You gotta have little to none, and you're being tested and tried. As I said before, the enemy are gonna test you and try you to make you get depressed, for just draw you back in a sin. So your wilderness season is basically a season where God strip you down of things of the world, isolate you for work on you, right? It's a season that your friend becomes few, also your family. Sometimes you're wondering what is happening. And this is what I am telling you. In that time when you're isolated and by yourself, and in the wilderness season is to cleanse and purify you. That is all. Purify you. And that is when the Lord begins to work on you, clean you up. God begin to clean you up, cleanse you up, clean you up, take away your carnality, carnal mind and carnal stuff. This is when God begin to work in your life. Because you can't say you're of God and want to be a part of things that is not of God and still remain in sin. You can't say of God and still remain in sin. You can't say of God and still a party and a drink and all those stuff. So this is all the process that you go through in the wilderness season. So you can't remain where you used to be, like drinking and partying, and so God I got strip you down of all that, put you in a corner, isolated, so that you can get for work, and you strip you down of your worldly pleasure, your worldly desire and stuff like that. In being the wilderness season is basically a sanctification process, right? Sanctify you, clean you, cleanse you. God, in this season, God is removing the worldly stuff from you. It's a powerful season. You know why I know I have been going through it. So it's a powerful season when God does do a transformation in our life, where you get a spiritual awakening, because doing before God cleansing and stuff like that, you never really know your true identity or your true being. But in the wilderness season, that is the time when God starts to work and manifest through your life, for really put you back to a place to make you really find your true identity and start to work in your purpose, walk in your purpose. So when you come out of it, it is all worth it. It is necessary, right? The wilderness season is necessary. It is a spiritual awakening. You understand? Because in sin, you're not awake, you're just caught up and just doing things of the world. But when you're in your wilderness season, God work by you and make you do a transformation in your life and do a spiritual awakening in your life, so that you can know your true identity and start for working at your walking at your purpose. So God remove people from out of your life so you can hear him. Because remember, as I said before, when you're in sin with people when not add value to your life, you can't hear God. Him can't work in your life because you're distracted by that. So God have to remove you from them, to cleanse you, and so that you can come back to your true, reach your true identity. So God remove people from your life so you can hear him and be in full contact and communication with him. In this season, he's training you so you can become more spiritually. I'm going to repeat. So in this season, wilderness season, God is training you so you can become spiritually, and have the spirit of discernment. The spirit of discernment is to when God give you the spirit of discernment is to give you a spirit that you can know people, you can feel people, you can even know people before you even enter or join them close or being in a mutual relationship with them. Because I'm not going to talk about intimate relationship, because you can't be in an intimate relationship with a person until the two of you to come together in marriage. So in the wilderness season, God remove people from your life so that you can hear him and be in full contact with him, so that him can work spiritually through your life and give you the spirit of discernment for choose, make good choices, for know who you for allow in your circle, for let in your life, right? Because after God do your transformation, you don't want let back the same set of people in your life for continually making the same mistake and getting the same old result. You want a rebirth, right? The next one is the 10th season. The 10th season is when you get rest, meaning the enemy not gonna really attack you like that in the 10th season, because you already go through your wilderness season and know what the procedure, what to look for, and what you take off and what become new. So the 10th season is when you get rest, peace, rest, and all of every warfare that you have been through began to get less. In the 10th season is like a transforming, it's a transformation. We God transform you, we God give you strength, we God give you the spirit of discernment to see and know things, to see and feel people and know what is good and what is not. So in the 10th season, the 10th season is when you get a rest, peace, and all the every warfare that you have been through begin to get less and lesser. This is when God starts to instruct and walk and direct you in your calling. I am God is doing things in my life that direct me in my calling. After I got through the process of the wilderness season, God started to manifest and through my life. I begin to do a lot of journal. I begin to write a lot. I begin to, for do more writing, for be more in tune with God, for be more in depth with God. Start reading, start fasting, and start praying more, and start seeking more. So this is the 10th season. Is when everywhere warfare is become less. The season when God starts to instruct and walk and direct you in your calling. I am in my calling now. I'm living in my calling now. Ministering. You understand me? Mentor. Telling people what I've been through and, just helping people to get over obstacles that they face more time. This is also a part of the 10th season. The 10th season is making preparation for you to meet people who most likely to be of Christian minded just like you, and who have the same desires and same purpose like you, and who possess the things that God desire for you. So in the 10th season, God is basically preparing people who can lift your people who is on the same level or the same purpose, who want the same desire as you, who want to do ministry, who want to, probably start them YouTube channel for minister to people, probably journal, start their ministry and stuff like that. In the 10th season, you begin to meet people that is on the same level with you, or even on more level than you, but basically about the same thing that you are about. And possess the same things that God desire for you to have and mix with going into the promised land. Because remember, and earth is not the final destination. There is life after there is life after being on earth. You have your eternity, where you get your eternity and your everlasting peace. So in the 10th season, God will make you meet people who can build up your Christian faith, who can carry to the next dimension, in your Christian journey. And now you begin to meet and in alignment with God. So basically, after you cross over from your wilderness season, coming at the 10th season, you are now more in alignment with God. Because God strip you down of all that, and you're more trusting God and more in depth with God. You are now more in alignment with God. The promised land is a place of rest where you start to bear fruit for the kingdom of God. So after you go through all this, now you start to do your minister. Just like how me I do my ministry. Minister to people, to tell them what God has done. To tell them, say, sin is not it. Repent and give your life to God and acknowledge and just be in constant dialogue and be in constant contact with God. So This is the 10th season. It start to bear fruit. You start to minister and start to save soul. You start to do your YouTubing for minister, for reach out to others. This is what the 10th season is about. And that is why it is necessary to know who you associate yourself with. Because you don't want to go back. I have to go back in the wilderness season to start all over back again. So that is why you have to know who you let in your circle, who you go around, the way you talk, who you mix with. When I say for behave like you're better than people, but it is necessary for not go back out in the world for mix with the same set of people, because then I go draw you back in a sin where you have to go all over back in this procedure to reach back to the same season. So this is why it is necessary to know who you associate with and who not to. Because when God mold you, because remember, when you go through the wilderness, and then you go through the 10th season, mold God basically mold you. God mold you for be how He want you for be. Because as I said before, you can't say in a sin and say you're a child of God or do carnal things. No, it not gonna work. So God, in this season now, the 10th season, that is why it is necessary to know who to associate, my bad, who to associate yourself with and who not to, because when God know you, it make no sense letting people of the world take you back to where you used to be. Yeah, and this, we are talking about people like the gatekeepers. The gatekeepers are like people who out in the world who want to draw you back in a sin, who want to slow you down from receiving your eternity, who want to slow you down from receiving what God, the blessings that God have in store for you. These are the people, the gatekeeper people, who will keep you from getting your eternity and from getting your true blessing. Because true blessing is not things of the world. True blessing is things through Christ, right? So that is why it is necessary for know who for let in your circle, who for eliminate, who for stay in your circles. And that is why it is so important to cut off people who not adding value to your life, or not who not encourage you, who is not on the same level as you, who don't want the same things as you. So I'm going to repeat. That is why it is necessary to know who to associate yourself with and who not to. Because when God mold us, it made no sense. We could let people of the world back in our life who will take us back into sin. And these people are the gatekeepers, people where I work on behalf of the enemy. We don't want to see you choose God. We want to see you stay out in a sin and continually mess up yourself. These are the gatekeepers. I'm going to make a vlog about the gatekeepers. The gatekeepers are the people who is working on behalf of the enemy. We want to distract us of our purpose and carry us back into sin. That is why it is necessary to know who to choose and refuse, because it don't make no sense when God clean you off and mold you to let back the same set of people in your life, sinful people in your life. It doesn't make no sense. So cut them off and just continue to work upon yourself, continue to trust God so that God can lead and direct you, and stay in the presence of God. The key to this is stay in the presence of God. So guys, this is it. Please remember to like, share, comment and subscribe, and deuces. Love, 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 and be nice. If you can be nice to one or two people, be nice, because you never know what a person is going through. Peace out.